Dave Kephart, come on up, bud. Jim Milligan, come on up and have a seat.
I also would like to say thank you to the Daly family for being here. And many of us think about John all the time. And congratulations to Mike Egan on getting that award. If if Mike is half the person that JD was, he must be an amazing guy. And pay homage to that. Now, having said that, Taylor Wells and I were discussing why we never got it. And then I look back at the umpiring table, and everybody's kind of going, oh, no, you do a great job. No, you suck. You do. And one time I'm pitching, and pitch after pitch, ball, ball. I'm going, God, are you kidding me? And somebody was on base, and base umpires. I go, your partner sucks. He goes, oh, come on, Dave. Don't be so hard on us. Umpire is difficult. He says, you should do it sometimes. I said, no, I'm not going to be an umpire. Then I'd suck. No, thank you. So I may never get the award, but I did partake in the bottomless ice chest in the back of the excursion on many occasions. And John was just a great teammate, and we honor him every day. I think about him a lot because he was very important to a lot of people here, myself included. So Twyla and Junior and family, always. Um, so we're here to honor a really also an amazing guy who could actually get the Sportsmanship Award because he's that quality of guy, um, Jim Milligan. And as a presenter, I'm not sure I can keep up with the leadoff man. I didn't know Andrew Dice Clay's impersonator was going to be here. And then I got confused because he's got a Century 21 gold member jacket on. And then he's got this big crucifix. And I said, God, I don't know what, is he going to ask me if I want to do a confession or buy a fixer upper? I couldn't figure it out because I was just totally messed up. So, at any rate, um, getting back to Jim, and what a tremendous baseball player, but even better human being. And that's generally who we migrated to as far as putting together teams, whether it's the Braves Night League or the Pirates Sunday team. It was quality people because the real game exists afterwards in that parking lot when you sit down with this brotherhood, which we all are. And it is an amazing brotherhood. And seeing Robbie and Ernie and Jimmy and Mark and all these people that have been a part of my life and been very important, and are all quality human beings that we have spent long hours out in the parking lot, wherever that parking lot may be, and it's been a great run, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly. So I first met Jim in 2000, and as you may or may not know, he lives in Palermo, which is in the foothills above Oroville. He would drive to James Field and drive to McAuliffe and every game. And I thought, this guy's dedicated. He's also very good. He was, after Timmy Day hung it up, Jimmy became my catcher. And if there was a more calming uh, influence to keep a psychotic left-hander under control, I don't think there one existed like Jim. He had the power of calmness about him to get me back on the reservation. So I thank you, Jim, for those many years. And a knowledgeable catcher who also was a great hitter, and that's why he was a good catcher, because he knew hitters' weaknesses. And I found out what a great hitter he was by playing with him those years, and then having to pitch against him in the 60 league a couple of years ago. I couldn't get him out. you know, after a while, I said, I'm just going to hit him or walk him. I can't figure out which, but I didn't want to hit him because he's really a nice guy. And I'm not so much. So, but um, so in 2000, he joined the Braves in the World Series in Phoenix, and we're playing at Hohokam Stadium, and nobody really knew him. I'm on deck. He's up at the plate, and we're playing with aluminum bats back then. And he hits a weak ground ball or pops up, and all of a sudden I'm watching it, and then I feel this thing hit me in the shins, flings his bat, and just drills me, almost knocks me over. And I'm going, Milligan, what the F? And from that point, I've never, ever seen him lose self control. I swear that was the only time I ever saw him do something like that. And he apologized to me, and then we laughed about it and had beers out in the parking lot. We're the best of friends. So there's that. And then, we're playing Sunday League, and I'm running the Pirates. And I think I was on deck behind him, and we're at James Field, and he takes a swing, and the most blood-curdling scream you've ever heard, and I look, and he's in a crumpled heap. Well, his bicep completely detached from his arm on the swing, and down he went in a heap, and it was like I was freaking, everybody was. And what does he do? He comes back and still rakes, still a great catcher, second baseman, first baseman, and just a quality baseball player, and like I said, a great guy. The only thing that I really honor him for is one year in Phoenix, him, Taylor Wells, and Dave Everingham are sharing a rental car, supposedly. So, and they're going out to dinners together, supposedly. And when they pull up to the gas station and Taylor's already bought gas, somehow Dave Everingham, he's got this superpower to disappear when the bill comes, or if it's his turn to pay. I thought Mike Borbo was probably the most frugal human being I've ever met, but no, Everingham put him to shame. And whenever the check would come, he would disappear. He'd have to go to the bathroom, or he got these really tiny arms and he couldn't reach the bill, you know. And Milligan, at least he offered up some barter. So in Taylor's version of this, Jim's known for all the supplements, the green frickin' drinks, and all these concoctions and all this stuff that just you're just going, what the? And so he offered Taylor, in lieu of payment for gas or a meal, he wanted to give him all these supplements and nutrients and things. And Taylor's just going, you got to be kidding me, man. And then he probably tried to sell him the rest of his cryptocurrency, because they were constantly talking about the stock market and Bitcoin and this and that. Well, he had probably sold it off. Knowing Jim, he sold it off when it was at its highest mark, and then offered to give Taylor the rest when it hit rock bottom, like a penny on the dollar. And so Jim, at least he made an effort, you know. And those are all good times. And having played with you and known you for so long, and I can't think of anybody more deserving. I don't know there's anybody that'd say a bad word about you in this entire league, including the umpires, which is amazing, because, like I said, they kind of suck. But Jim, congratulations on this night. This is your night. Have fun. Congrats.
All right, Lefty, thank you very much for that intro. Some of that's true. Some of it could be conjecture. All right. Well, I've had a soft spot for crazy lefties like Kephart for years. Dave's was very passionate. He's hardworking, very greedy ball player. But one of the most impressive things that I always thought is he always had our back as players on the team. Was always willing to, look after us. He thought any misbehavior went down. He took care of business, and I always got to appreciate a person like that. Real step up guy. Right now, let me tell you a story of how I became a catcher. It all started back in my first Little League practice. Our coach, who looked a lot like Bobby Knight, asked if anyone wanted to volunteer to become the team catcher. No one raised their hand, so, well, I thought that sounded like a fun position, and the gear looked like a pretty cool thing to put on. So there I am. I put on this chest protector. It was built had padding of a cardboard box hanging around my ankles, and a catcher's mask that felt like a cast iron skillet. I'm ready to go. First pitch, clink, right on the mask, head shaking already. Second pitch, off the fingers, shoulders. Third pitch, batter swings, misses, hits me square in the back of the head. At this point, I'm seeing stars.